also showing Swati, but this is Richa.
Is it? I'll
Yes.
just check that.
Okay. So we will be introducing phonics as per the age group to the children, enabling them to become readers for life. That's what this whole program is all about. And I'm going to hand this over straight away without delay to Richa ma'am, who has been doing these classes successfully so far. So she'll be in a better position to run you through this. Yes.
Yes, thank you, Swati ma'am. We have had a very successful response, a very positive response to our beginner reading program. And now we bring it to you. Our classes are the highlight of our classes is that we are quite interactive in the class. And whatever we do with the children is quite interactive, and in a fun way we introduce complex things like for very little children, as little as maybe 4 years old, who may be intimidated by letters and sounds of letters, how to put them together to form words. they we introduce it in such a fun way that they kind of enjoy learning this, and this process becomes fun altogether. And in this process, they are gradually picking up these little nuances of reading and forming words, learning the sounds. It begins with learning the sounds. So each time when we begin our classes, it's with a fun activity. First of all, when we begin our class each day, it is with a fun activity. And in that we have a physical warm up, whereby I would just show you a specimen how we invite children, and they kind of participate in these activities, and they are pepped up for the class. Mm, Whenever we begin our class, so I would like to demonstrate one activity for you all, so you would have a fair idea how we go about with it. So when we our class begins and all the children log in, that's when we introduce a physical warm up. It can be a song, it can be a rhyme, or it can be an action movement. So, for example, I would invite all the children and ask them to follow what I'm saying or do what I'm telling them to. So, for example, I would go like, okay, children, in this big room, I see this room is full of marching soldiers. So, not only are they learning new words, they are also learning an action that is associated with that word. So, I would say, in this room, this room is full of marching soldiers. So, everybody is marching. And if they have space, open space around them, they can go around marching and come back to the screen in a few seconds. And then maybe this activity changes. Okay, I see this room is full of leaping frogs. So children are leaping like frogs. They sit down, they move up, and all of such activities. I see roaring elephants, roaring lions. So they will come to the screen and roar and take out sounds. There are elephants who are squirting water. Whoosh. So these interactive activities uh, starts their day, and they are quite open to the lessons that we bring forth after
It's
that.
like a connector and energizer.
Yes, it's an energizer. They are quite pepped up with these activities. And then we often use colorful slides to introduce new concepts to them. For very little children, we will be introducing them to the sounds of the alphabet first, which is imperative to learning how to read. So this process will start for children who are 4 years and plus, up to 5 years plus, and they will be introduced to the sounds of the letters. Gradually, once they are thorough with the sounds of the alphabet, then we will take them on to blending the letters, for which we have got slides to introduce them to these concepts in phonics. And then they are going to uh, sort of put them together. I would give you an example with a slide that I would like to show you, that these are the examples of the slides we may be using for them. So, and then gradually this is the process they follow when they are doing blending the letters or consonants to form words further. So this is my L blends. So children often get attracted to these colorful presentations that we have for them. Like this way, in a fun way, it will be introduced to them. Okay, what is this girl doing? She is blowing bubbles. B. When we say blow, we hear the sound B. Okay, this activity can only take place once the children are really, really thorough with the letters of the alphabet. B. We say B and L.
Richa ma'am,
When,
you'll be sharing screen because the screen is not shared yet.
oh, I'm so sorry. Yes. So when, sorry for this confusion. So when we are showing these colorful presentations to them, which are accompanied by pictures, most for these very early big readers. So B and L. So B and L, when they get together, they make the sound bl. Slowly, again I'll say gradually, we tell them how words are formed with sounds. When sounds get together, that is how words are formed. And that is how, by putting these sounds together, they will gradually learn to read. Okay, bl plus O,
Oh,
because we know the sound of O, we make our mouth and lips round. O, and then B,
blow.
O, blow. What is this little girl doing? She is blowing
Blowing
bubbles.
bubbles.
B, b. And then, since the classes are interactive, we can often ask children to tell us what word or what picture comes to their mind when we say the sound B. So they can, of course, give their inputs like a butterfly or a button. We even show these, like for words over here, like p, l, p, p, p. There's a picture of a plant accompanying here. And seeing this plant, they can associate the letters and say p. We have learned the sounds of all the alphabets. A, n, t, p, a, n, t, p, and slowly we take these things forward. Then there are activities when children are learning the sounds of the letters. We might show them objects. What's this? It's a, they obviously know it's a pen. What sound do you hear when we show you, when we said the word pen? P,
Pa, pa, pa.
p, p. So using their lips, taking out the sound, feeling the sound in their throat, say P. So when we are using our lips, they learn that when we purse our lips and blow out, this is how this sound P comes about. And after this, when children are really, really thorough with the sounds of the letters, we will gradually move on to forming two-letter words, and then forming uh, words with three letters, where we also involve the very important aspect of phonics, vowels. Vowels form the base of, in any language, of reading and speaking. They are the sound managers. And these are, in a fun way, again, introduced to the children. with slides to, uh, I'll show you the slide, I'll share it with you here. Again, colorful slides to introduce them to the short vowel sounds. Ma'am, is it visible?
Yes,
Okay, I'm so sorry. I
visible.
I thought it wasn't like earlier. So
Now it's not visible though.
yes, I short vowel sounds a, e, I, O, O. So when these sounds, this in the beginning, in the early stages only, if they get these sounds correct, they form a very strong base for future learning of this language. Oftentimes children find it difficult to differentiate between the what is the long sound or the short sound of the alphabet. In the early stages we teach them the short vowel sounds which they will be using in forming or uh, three letter words with consonants and vowels and consonants like k, a, t. We will be also sharing the whiteboard and explaining this physically to them. Like, see, this is how a word is formed when I'm going to write k plus a plus, oh, sorry, plus t. So they will be taught individual sounding out of consonants, and 21 consonants we have. K, a, a, a. When we eat an apple, a. When we say the letter a, a, a. We are going to pretend to say a. We are going to take a bite. A. Letter A reminds us of apple, and we are going to take a bite with that apple. A. So it registers in their mind that a is the sound of A, which also signifies the red apple, green apple, whatever picture they associate it with, whatever color of apple they associate it with. But A makes the sound A, and they have to open their mouth. K, A, T. That makes the word cat. And then we will also be presenting reading of these share screen sharings. We will be presenting reading activity of three letter words beginning with two letters, and then they will gradually move on to uh, reading three letter words and forming them on their own as well. Once this process is done, then for children who are 5 years and above or 6 years, they will be introduced to further blends of consonants. And after they have mastered the skill of the consonant blends, they will be moving on to, these are known as diagraphs. They will be moving on to diphthongs, where they will be learning the blending of vowels, what new sounds they form, or if they are not forming a new sound, then what actually comes out when two vowels are written together. These are advanced stages for children who are already,
Much older.
they are thorough with doing two letters and three letters. Then we gradually move on to four letters and five letters, and blends like we the PPT I showed you, where we were blending uh, consonants and forming words. These are five letter words. But once children are thorough with A and T, if they are thorough with it becomes very easy for them to do ant. Okay, so this, and then we have got together with physical warm-ups. Then we also have children doing tongue exercises, voice exercises, whereby they are exercising their tongues through tongue twisters, words that give them, enough courage to sound out strange words, speak them at a certain speed, and then go on to speak it at a faster pace. Like, I would give you an example. Um,
Like rolling red ribbons.
Rolling
Rolling red ribbons, as easy as it may
activity.
sound, as easy as it may sound, this age children tend to go about saying lolling red ribbons. So either the R gets into an L or an L gets into an R. There is an alternation of sounds, and many parents at this age start to worry: should I visit a speech therapist? My child is not able to say R. But please understand, it's very normal. It's part of growing up. It's part of understanding these sounds. We have gone through this. Means you have gone through this. So this is
No,
their time to go through this. Yes.
even grown-ups tend to
Yes.
falter when they are given a tongue twister to
Yes.
perform.
Yes, means I remember we give them even children who are between the age group of 5 to 6 years old. They amazed us by doing some very difficult tongue twisters. We started by just telling them a simple part of a tongue twister, like the big black bug. So they only had to say big black bug, big black bug. But eventually we stretched it and we said the big black bug bit the big black bear. We stretched it further in the next class and we said the big black bug bit the big black bear, but the big black bear bit the big black bug back. It may sound like a very long tongue twister to you, but I have evidence on video that these children who were 6.5 to 7 year olds, even some 5 plus, were able to say the whole of this. The big black bug bit the big black bear, but the big black bear bit the big black bug back. And these children become so confident with their speech, with their sounds, that they are able to confidently express themselves because they gain that confidence out of the language that they are learning.
That's
So,
true.
and here I would like to share the screen to show them what we are teaching them in the reading for the very early three-letter word reading for them, how it goes. So we are going to show them. This is after the phonic milestone is reached. Probably children are going to be reading simple stuff like this. The fat cat sat on the mat. He wore a hat. So we are going to show them the letters. So here we go. We will say this is, and then the children will be expected to say p, ah. What's this last sound? I can't make out. So somebody might pop up and say t. Oh yes, it is t. So let's join all these three sounds together. It's p, ah, t. What word is that? Oh, the cat is wearing his name on his collar. So what could it be? So we encourage them to read along with us. That is why the program is called Beginners Reading, because we are enabling them to become readers. Is Pat a dog? Is he a lion? Is Pat an elephant? No. Pat is a, let us go sound by sound, and we move like this. Parents, it's important that you understand and acknowledge that each level is going to be different. So in case your child is 4 years old, the milestones will be different than a 6 year old or a 7 year old. So lesson plans are going to be as per the child's age. Physical warm-ups, voice warm-ups, speech clarity exercises are part of the program. So, Richa ma'am, would you like to add anything further to it? And we are really looking forward to this program, introducing it to you all.
We are looking forward to it, no doubt. And I wish we will be able to make the much needed difference. If you're looking for a difference or looking for an upliftment where reading is concerned, if we hope that we will be able to enrich the language and we will be able to help them be better readers.
See you.
And
Thank you.
thank
Thank you
you
so
so
much.
much. Okay.
Ria, are we done?
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, all the participants.
Thank you. Thank you for having us here. Thank you.